Imagine a world where messages couldn't cross the street in seconds, connecting continents seemed impossible, and knowledge remained locked in dusty libraries. Yet, in just a few decades, everything changed completely and irreversibly, transforming our ability to communicate and share information instantly. The internet's story begins not with entrepreneurs, but with Cold War paranoia and a terrifying question. How do you keep communication alive? This question arose as nuclear missiles started flying overhead and cities were reduced to ash, highlighting the critical need for resilient networks. It's 1957. The Soviet Union has just launched Sputnik into orbit, marking a pivotal moment in the space race. American military leaders panic, realizing that if Soviets can launch satellites, they can also launch nuclear warheads across the ocean. President Eisenhower creates ARPA, the Advanced Projects Agency, dedicated to ensuring America never falls behind in technology again. Nobody at ARPA knows they're about to create something revolutionary, transforming human civilization forever in truly unimaginable ways. The military's critical problem is centralized communication networks. Destroying one command center means the entire system instantly collapses. They need something resilient and robust, able to survive even when parts of it are obliterated by enemy attack, ensuring continuous operation. Enter Paul Barron, a computer scientist at the RAND Corporation, who in 1964 proposed something radical and unprecedented. He envisioned information traveling through a distributed network, finding multiple paths to its destination like water flowing around obstacles. Barron's revolutionary idea faces immediate resistance from established powers, with AT&T engineers dismissing it as impossible and impractical. Despite their skepticism, Barron persistently develops detailed plans for packet switching, convinced of its potential to revolutionize communication. Across the Atlantic, British researcher Donald Davies independently arrives at the same concept through his own groundbreaking research. He calls it packet switching, breaking messages into small chunks that travel separately, reassembling at their destination like puzzle pieces. By the mid-1960s, ARPA's Information Processing Techniques Office has a new director, visionary Bob Taylor. Taylor notices something frustrating in his office: 3 computer terminals from different institutions, unable to communicate despite being side by side. Taylor realizes universities are developing incredible computer technology with government funding, but these machines exist in complete isolation. Scientists at MIT can't share data with Stanford without physically mailing magnetic tapes, a process taking days or even weeks. In February 1966, Taylor walks into his boss's office with a bold proposal: build a network connecting recomputers. His boss, Charles Hertzfeld, listens carefully, then immediately approves $1 million in funding, recognizing the immense potential. Taylor hires Larry Roberts, a brilliant MIT researcher, to make this ambitious network a reality despite enormous challenges. Roberts faces incompatible systems. Computers from different manufacturers speak different languages, designed only for their own peripherals. Roberts needs incompatible computers to talk seamlessly, so he develops a clever solution: interface message processors, or IMPs. These IMPs sit between main computers, handling all networking complexity automatically, like real-time translators interpreting foreign languages. The contract to build IMPs goes to Bolt, Beranek, and Newman, a small Cambridge company led by Frank Hart. His team has less than a year to build unprecedented machines that intelligently route information across a network without human intervention. As 1969 arrives, the BBN team works around the clock under immense pressure, building the first 4 ARPANET nodes. They're connecting UCLA, Stanford Re-Institute UC Santa Barbara, and the University of Utah, uncertain if it will work. On September 2nd, 1969, a refrigerator-sized IMP arrives at UCLA amid great anticipation for its groundbreaking installation. Charlie Klein and his professor Len Kleinrock prepare to connect it to their mainframe, hoping nothing explodes or catches fire. The IMP hums to life at UCLA, lights blinking in patterns nobody fully understands yet, like alien technology awakening. 400 miles north at Stanford, Engineer Bill Duval waits patiently by his own IMP, ready to receive UCLA's transmission. On October 29, 1969, at 10:30 p.m., Charlie Klein attempts to log into the Stanford computer remotely. He types L successfully, then O with excitement, but as he types G, the system crashes unexpectedly. The first message ever sent across the internet is the word LO, accidentally forming lo and behold. An hour later, they fix the problem, successfully transmitting the full word login without errors. The network is now truly alive. By December, all 4 nodes are reliably connected, allowing researchers to log into distant computers and share files. ARPANET remains tiny, experimental, known only to a small community of computer scientists and military contractors with security clearance. The network grows slowly, adding nodes one by one. By 1971, there are 15 nodes, expanding its reach. Yet, sending messages is clunky, difficult, and requires arcane technical knowledge most people simply don't possess for effective communication. Programmer Ray Tomlinson decides to write a simple program, allowing easy text messages across the network. He needs to specify user and computer for messages, choosing a symbol nobody's using, the @ on his keyboard. Tomlinson sends the first network email to himself, transmitting a test message between 2 computers in the same room. He can't remember the message, something mundane, but the username at hostname format became a universal standard we still use. Email explodes in popularity among ARPANET users overnight. By 1973, 3/4 of all network traffic is electronic mail. People naturally gravitate toward human connection, transforming a military re-network into a vibrant communication medium for personal interaction. ARPANET faces a growing crisis threatening its expansion. It was designed for wired connections between stationary computers. What happens when you need to communicate with a ship at sea, an airplane in flight, or a mobile command unit? Computer scientist Vince Cerf, working with Bob Kahn, tackles this problem with fresh thinking and innovative ideas. They need something robust and flexible, connecting different network types seamlessly regardless of their underlying technology or transmission medium. In 1974, Cerf and Kahn publish a revolutionary paper describing TCP, the Transmission Control Protocol. Their profound insight: create a universal language letting any network talk to any other, bridging incompatible worlds together seamlessly. This concept, internetworking, introduces the idea of an internet with a lowercase I, a network of networks spanning the globe. TCP breaks messages into packets, numbers them, sends them through available routes, and reassembles them correctly on the other end. For years, Cerf and colleagues refined these protocols through testing and iteration, tirelessly perfecting their revolutionary system. They split TCP into 2 parts, TCP for data transmission and IP for addressing. Together, TCP/IP becomes the Internet's fundamental language. By the late 1970s, multiple networks emerge worldwide. ARPANET military networks, commercial networks, and international visions. They remain isolated islands, unable to communicate. The pieces are in place, but the global communication revolution hasn't happened yet. The problem becomes urgent in the mid-70s. Universities want to share data with businesses, researchers need military resources. Every network speaks its own language and follows its own rules, like having a dozen phone systems that can't call each other. Robert Kahn and Vince Cerf understand what's at stake. They're architects designing the foundation of something unprecedented. In 1973, they begin working on an almost impossible solution, a universal protocol allowing any network to talk to any other. They call it the Transmission Control Protocol, or TCP, a revolutionary idea for network communication. Instead of forcing networks to work the same, create a common language on top of all existing systems, like a universal translator. Convincing the world to adopt the standard becomes a massive challenge, as every network has its own engineers and pride. Military networks distrust civilian protocols, commercial companies resist interference, and academic networks fear slowdowns, making the human problem persist. By the late 70s, hundreds of separate networks operate worldwide, with enormous potential for connection, but also risk. If these networks never communicate, the future might be a patchwork of isolated digital kingdoms, not a unified global network. The breakthrough comes through persistence. Kahn and Cerf build working connections, showing skeptics that TCP truly works. They connect ARPANET to a radio network, then to a satellite network, proving the protocol can handle anything seamlessly. In 1977, a dramatic demonstration. A van in California sends data through 3 different networks to London. Data travels 40,000 miles through completely different systems, arriving intact, a technological miracle making believers out of doubters. Adoption happens slowly. The Department of Defense is the first to commit, deciding in 1980 to switch all military networks to TCP. This massive undertaking requires thousands of computers to change methods, with engineers working around the clock rewriting software and testing. January 1st, 1983 becomes Flag Day, the deadline for the entire ARPANET and military network to switch to TCP. No gradual transition, no safety net. It's all or nothing, where military communications could collapse if something goes wrong. The night before Flag Day, network operations centers worldwide are tense. Engineers stay at posts, ready to troubleshoot any problems. At midnight, the switch happens, and remarkably, almost miraculously, it works. Networks stay connected. Communication continues. The gamble pays off. With military commitments secured, other institutions follow. Universities see advantages in connecting to this growing internetwork. By the mid-80s, what started as an experiment becomes infrastructure, yet still primarily an academic and government tool, invisible to ordinary people. A crucial decision shapes everything. The National Science Foundation builds ENSFnet, designed to connect American universities. Unlike earlier networks, ENSFnet has a revolutionary open policy, allowing any institution to join with minimal restrictions. The door opens wider. ENSFnet becomes the backbone, with regional networks connecting to it, then connecting smaller institutions like a spreading tree. By 1988, hundreds of institutions are connected, sharing data at speeds unimaginable a decade earlier, proving its transformative power. One enormous barrier remains. Commercial use is forbidden. Networks are funded for and education, not business. Companies wanting to use this infrastructure for commerce are shut out. The network reaches worldwide but cannot sell products. Pressure builds in the late 80s. Businesses see vast potential for electronic commerce and instant communication with customers. Entrepreneurs recognize the revolutionary potential, but rules won't bend, and a separate commercial network seems impossibly expensive. Meanwhile, British scientist Tim Berners-Lee at CERN is frustrated by the difficulty of sharing scattered information. He imagines a system where clicking a reference instantly jumps to a document regardless of its storage location. In 1989, Berners-Lee proposes the World Wide Web, built on existing internet infrastructure using TCP connections. It adds a new layer, hypertext links that connect documents across the entire network, a crucial and innovative addition. Berners-Lee builds it anyway, creating the first web browser, web server, and website, defining crucial protocols. By 1991, he releases this system to the world, making the crucial decision not to patent or charge for it. The timing is perfect. As Berners-Lee releases the web, internet commercial restrictions are finally lifting. In 1991, NSF eases rules, allowing commercial traffic. Private companies invest millions as the final barrier crumbles. Two forces collide: an open network for commercial use and an easy system for publishing information. Students, hobbyists, small businesses, and universities start creating websites. By 1993, there are 600 worldwide. Mark Andreessen and a team at the University of Illinois create Mosaic, a web browser easier and more visual. Released for free in 1993, Mosaic displays images alongside text, works on different computers, and needs no programming knowledge. The growth becomes exponential. By late 1993, web traffic increases 1% weekly, doubling every 70 days. Companies rush online, Magazines report on the information superhighway, and even non-computer users hear about the internet. Andreessen founds Netscape in 1994. Its stock price doubles on the first day, revealing unlimited investor potential. Thousands of internet companies launch. The dot-com boom begins, driven by belief in the network's transformative power. By the late 90s, the internet enters homes worldwide. Families connect through screeching dial-up modems. Email becomes normal, engines help find information, and online shopping challenges traditional retail, rewiring the world in real time. In just 30 years, we went from 4 computers exchanging messages to a global network connecting billions. From a Cold War project to modern civilization's foundation, the internet transformed communication, commerce, education, politics, and relationships. No single person or company controls it. The internet emerged from collaboration among thousands of engineers and scientists. Visionaries made crucial decisions to keep it open and interoperable, choosing to share and connect instead of locking down standards. Early principles still shape the internet. Packet switching ensures resilience, allowing data to find another route if one fails. TCP ensures compatibility, letting diverse devices communicate. Openness fosters innovation, allowing anyone to build without permission. The internet created new problems: privacy, security, misinformation, and inequality, issues the founders never anticipated. The network connecting us also surveils. Openness enabling innovation also enables harm. We're still learning to build healthy societies. The fundamental achievement remains extraordinary. A network designed to survive nuclear war became the platform for human connection. What started with 4 nodes in 1969 now reaches over 5 billion people in every country on Earth. Internet creation proves transformative change comes through countless decisions, choosing collaboration over control, openness over ownership. The most powerful technologies emerge when we connect rather than compete, building bridges instead of walls for global unity.